All right, first off, I want to thank, all of our fans that came out today. I know it's Halloween and the weather, the anticipation of it, and the fans that stayed around to the end. I want to thank them. I thought our team did what they needed to do to win. It's kind of been kind of our MO. We certainly haven't played perfect yet, which is a good sign. You win by 3 touchdowns and you're still not perfect. You leave points on the board and you give some things up. But I think our team continues to practice hard, continues to play hard, continues to believe in each other. We have talent. We have good coaches. And that's why you do it. You do it for the feeling in the locker room. You do it for everybody that's in the room, for all the hard work. I'm happy for our seniors to get to number 6 and put us in a position. We don't have anything yet, but to put us in a position to go back to a bowl game, which is the standard here and should be the standard here. That's why I wanted to be the head coach here, and because we have no barriers to success. Anything I've ever needed, and when I've needed something, I've gotten it. I've gotten it for our staff. I've gotten it for our players. I don't care if it's been academics. I don't care if it's been something off the field, if it's been something football-wise. If it's helped us get better as a team, I've always gotten it, and that's where you want to be as a coach. And so I'm, very appreciative of that and how far we've come. We're not there yet. We reached our first goal, which was to get bowl eligible. Our guys have earned 9 straight weeks of playing, 5 weeks about of two-a-days, so we haven't had a break. We'll watch the game tomorrow, give them off their normal Monday. Coaches will get out and recruit this week, which we haven't gotten that done yet, and go from here. Our next, we're 3-0 in the division. We've got another division opponent coming up. We control our destiny, and we just do. We control our destiny in the West. We control our destiny in winning the conference, which is our next goal, which is to win the West. We control that, and that is just win. Just continue to win, and we'll put ourselves in a position to keep moving forward. But the only thing that'll matter as we move forward will be how do we get ourselves healthy, take care of ourselves, and get ready for Rice. I do want to ask our fans and our supporters that as far as we've come, please find a way that when we play Old Dominion back here in 2 weeks, that we fight, scratch, and claw to get here to support these guys and how far we've come. And if I could pay for all the tickets and not go broke, I'd pay for all the tickets to get everybody here because our players deserve it. You want to come and boo, come and boo. We need you here. And for our seniors, for those guys, especially the guys that never redshirted, that went 4 years of grinding it out and stayed, because there's a lot of guys that didn't. There's a lot of guys that didn't believe, didn't do the right things, didn't buy into me or buy into our coaches, didn't buy in this university, and they were flat out wrong. Shame on them for not being here at this time and celebrating. And they're kicking themselves at home going, you know what? I knew better. I should have stayed there. Should have fought. It's a great school, great coaching staff. Shame on them. But I could care less about them. I'm more excited about the guys that are in that room and what they've done and what they've accomplished.
Coach, right there before halftime, I know things probably haven't gone quite according to plan, but get that quick drive and get the touchdown before halftime, that seemed like it kind of changed the game.
Somehow we found a way to do those things, even when we've, kicked around a little bit. We ended up getting a field goal here against UTSA a couple weeks ago that got us to 16. That kind of we weren't sure. We started off the drive with a little zone read, thought, hey, if we get this going. We knew we got the ball to start the second half, so you're a little bit leery, like, all right, hey, we don't want to do anything foolish here. We've kind of survived. How do we get this thing going? And Jalen makes a nice run. Mike makes a nice catch. And true to form, we jump off sides and move back, and which then we changed the call and got a touchdown. So maybe it's just sometimes that happens. When things are going your way, it's okay. When things are going your way, that seems to happen. When things aren't, you go and you look back and go, wow, we just missed that opportunity. And there's a lot of things we need to clean up, including myself, that we can do better. So.
During the rain delay, what was your message to the team in that hour and a half?
Well, first of all, we have the advantage. Okay, we're here. So we have all of our strength coaches. We have all of the equipment we need to keep ourselves loose. We can take our pads off. We're the home team. We should have the advantage of being here. The biggest thing was I didn't really say anything until we got to the point. We played a little bit of music trying to get them amped up, but you know, they're kids. All of a sudden we're dancing and they think it's a stinking dance off, you know, it's not a dance off. Okay, so you got to bring them back in and you got to tell them, hey guys, okay, the fun's in winning. I want you guys to have fun. The music was to just lighten up and get ourselves going, you know, because, you know, it's hard. I mean, you come back in for an hour. And so our guys, you know, again, what I really liked is this, okay, they got the kickoff around midfield. They made some plays, got us down there, but then all of a sudden we drove it, got the fake field goal. That's a credit to Coach Wozniak, and that put it right there out of reach. And it's never easy. It's never. I mean, we were at Texas State, which seems like years ago, and you're up by 20, and all of a sudden they scored an onside kick, and all of a sudden you're back in it. I keep trying to tell our guys, man, it's just when you've worked this hard, man, don't settle. Don't let it just become a, you know, where you don't finish it the way you want, which I was fired up. Our defense got to stop at the end, and the offense never came off the field. And that's how you want to finish. You want to finish with your offense on the field.
Just kind of talk about the fake field goal right there at the end. Is that something you guys have been working on? And that you
We had it ready for last week. It just never came up. You know, we went unbalanced into the boundary. They're a field block team, so we have more than they've got if they don't adjust to it. And that's on Coach Wozniak. We've been working it. And, you know, when you get those opportunities, you try as best you can to make sure you execute it so often in practice to when you get this opportunity. You know, we went to Nebraska and everybody's like, well, that was a stupid fake punt. Yeah, it was. It didn't work. We didn't coach it well enough. We didn't get the looks well enough. Well, we practiced the heck out of this one. And our guys were ready for it. And so, you know, that's a credit to Coach Wozniak and the players that we made sure if we were on either hash, we were ready to go with it. And there was a moment there, he didn't talk me out of it, but it was close because a field goal made it a 3-possession game. But we are having a hard time snapping it and catching it. Those were the most nerve-wracking extra points I've ever been through in my life. Holy cow, catch it, get on the ground, kick it. I mean, I don't even know what to say. But that's part of the rain. That's part of it, and we banged them through. But, you know, you practice them enough, you get the right look, and then you got to go execute. And Tyler did a good job running. He's a good athlete. We faked a punt last year with him, and here we fake a field goal. He's a good athlete.
Did you have to alter anything for the elements at all? And if
Not
so,
really.
when did it
Not really.
Yes
I
or
wouldn't
no?
say that. I thought our guys did a great job of protecting the football, other than Nick not throwing it away and getting hit and fumbling. I mean, that wasn't very smart. Obviously, I didn't coach him well. We didn't coach him well enough because he's holding on the ball. Now, did they miss a procedural penalty? Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with throwing the ball away. But that's okay. That happens. No one's perfect. I took a timeout on an extra point. That's stupid. It's a 5-yard penalty. He still kicked the extra point. That was dumb. We didn't think we had the right guys out there. Just take the delay. That's on me. I make mistakes. Just, you know, you just hope that they don't cost you. But you just take a 5-yard penalty and don't worry about it. Or if you got the right guys, you trust your holders and your kickers to make sure they know. But someone had said, hey, we were missing somebody, and I panicked, and that's on me.
You hate to pick it, Nick, but I mean, is that the one thing he's holding the ball a touch, you know, long?
There's you know, that's a great question, you know, because quarterbacks that do a great job of checking the ball down and going through a progression sometimes hold it too long. So, you know, you get some quarterbacks where they don't go through their progression. You know, they look at one guy and maybe two, right? But if a guy that goes through his progression looking for somebody open, sometimes you have to live with a little bit of that, you know, and because he's never going to get to the next guys, right? Does that make sense? We had a couple of plays today. He hit Casey, or the one that was close to interference, maybe the second drive that we didn't get it, you know. But a guy that goes through his progression, sometimes he holds it a little bit more than you'd want. Now, he's got to understand, hey, those weren't the same scenarios. There wasn't somebody bearing down on you, you know. Got to get rid of the ball. Got to save the yardage. We were close enough to where we might have done the fake field goal then. I mean, we had it dialed up. It was just a matter of when. And all of a sudden we went backwards and turned it over. So, but that happens. And that's what's happened. We've done a good job, other than Marshall, where we didn't do it well enough and we didn't get fourth downs. But, you know, and we've got to be better against teams like that. You know, we had the same opportunities there as we had here. We didn't convert fourth downs. We did some of these same things. We're good enough. We're a good enough football team.
Defense held them under 300 yards for the fourth straight game. Can you comment on the progress they've made?
Did a great job. That quarterback's a good player, man. He really is. He makes them go. You know, he made some on that one field goal drive they had. You know, we hit him hard and he made a back shoulder throw, and he's a good athlete and sells it, coach's kid. Man, he's a really good player. They function so much. They're missing their best running back. I mean, Sean's done a great job with that group and kind of re-going. Because there was a moment there, that game was, you know, you got 7 points. They missed a field goal and got a field goal. They could have been 14-7. They could have converted and scored. That's part of it. But our guys have done a good job, really, for the most part, in the score zone and third downs, which keeps them from scoring touchdowns and getting field goals. So,
Anything else?
A lot of coaches in this situation get the 6-3 bowl eligible, kind of rah-rah, pounding on the table. You seem very kind of measured. Is
Oh.
that kind of a, you know, to make sure this team doesn't think it's accomplished?
well, I mean, I don't have to be that way now. I mean, we still have 2 weeks till we go there. You know, it just I like celebrating when it's over. I mean, am I happy for our players? Am I happy for the hard work? Am I happy for our fans? Am I happy for the whole university? Am I happy for our staff? And myself, yes. But I'll be happy when it's over. And then you can reflect back. I'm not very good at that. Even when you go to a bowl game, I'm not happy during the week. I'm miserable because we got to go play a game. Everybody else happy. They're going to parties and hanging out, and my wife over there, and they're having fun. And, you know, and we're just sitting there going, you know what? My job's to go win the bowl game. My job's not over. I'm not a fan. I'm responsible for everything. I felt that way when I was the offensive coordinator. Everybody's here having fun, wants to know where the party is. You know what the party is celebrating after the win. That's what it is. And I love what I do. I mean, I'm lucky to coach football for a living. I'm happy for the players. You do it for the players. I've had lots of wins. I've had lots of losses. And that's part of it. When you put yourself out there and put your name on something. But I'm not. I'm happy. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I am. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled for everybody that's been involved. I'm worn out. I get worn out during games, man. I never look at it like it's over. I mean, it's how do we finish? How do our guys keep playing? How do we continue to get better and do things better? You're striving for perfection. And I've never gone into a game thinking, okay, wow, this one, man, we're going to win. No way. As I told the team on Tuesday, you know, I was a little frustrated before we even went out. And then after practice, it's like, you know, I always fear before a bye week because of the planning. What are you going to do? What are you going to do on the weekend? When do we have time off? Hey, it's Halloween. What do you know, are you going here? What are we doing here? What a waste of time, okay? Because if you lose, then none of that's worth it. You know, I don't want to hear anything about, you have plenty of time. When you decide you want to do this, it's about giving everything you have, your sole focus to your teammates, being a great student in this university. And so I want them to have fun. I want them to enjoy college. But we've just come so far. And, you know, I think some of our players, we had to talk them of like, I think some of them early in the week felt like, man, what if I blow it? God, we're here now. What if it's like, are you kidding me? I said, how many of you guys have been in the playoffs in high school? If you lost, you were out. You've already been through it. You know, I mean, it's what it's about. It's about the roller coaster. It's about I told them today, I said, you know what? This is the fun of it. I said, how many of you guys been on a roller coaster? And a bunch of them raised their hand. I said, okay, you ever jump on that thing? And as it starts going up that hill, you're going, get me off this thing. Why in the heck am I doing this? This is the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. And then you come down the hills and you go up and down and you ride around and you get off, you go, let's go again. And that's life. That's our team. That's what you do. You put yourself out there. It's the thrill. It's the frustration. It's the, you know, if none of that made sense to you, I don't care. It made sense to me. So my wife's looking at me like, you're an idiot. Okay, so that's the way it is. And so I'm just like, you know, she's been around me 24 years and married 24 years and almost 30 years together. So she's heard all this stupid stuff.
One more about the bye week. You've kind of talked about it coming at a good time. You guys need it.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was moments early in the year we could have used it. We got beat up. You know, it's always at a good time when you could use some guys that aren't out for a while. But Dylan Bradley re-hurt himself a little bit, so it'd be good to get him a week back. You know, and get him. And Trey Collins, we weren't able to play today, but we think we get him back. You know, we got Justice Hayes back today. It'll be good for Quincy Russell, who's been dinged up a little bit. So, because we need to be at full strength. You know, we've got 2 of the last 3 on the road. You know, and all 3 of them last year were bowl eligible teams. Old Dominion went 6-6. You know, so again, they played fairly well this weekend against Western Kentucky. I saw that score, so I'm excited. We'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, very light Thursday. Our coaches will be on the road, and we'll take the Saturday off, and then we'll have a little extended Sunday and get ready for Rice.
Coach, like you said, I guess obviously you guys aren't done yet, but to have accomplished one of your goals or to put yourself in a position to accomplish your goal, and that being getting to a bowl game, how gratifying is that, and what is the most gratifying part of that?
Oh, the hard work of the players and the decisions that we made in the off season, that we had to do it better, starting with myself. You know, the changes that we made in the weight room, the changes we made as coaches, the changes I made as a man for our players. You got to, I think the hardest thing at times is look in the mirror and say, you're not doing it well enough. You're just not. You have to do it better. You know, and that's what it's about. It's about figuring out the puzzle. You have to recruit and develop and coach better. We were recruiting. I'm not sure we were developing our players as well as we could have, and we had to change that. And luckily we hit on a lot of guys that have come in and meshed well. That's a credit to our staff. The changes that we made were critical to our success in all areas that we made, and the changes I made as the head coach. And, it's just the way it is.
Real quick, Coach, can you talk about the impact that Jalen has on this team?
I'm happy for Jalen, you know, a guy that his senior year of high school was hurt. He's been banged up ever since he's been here. Last year, you know, he misses the first 6 games, gets hurt at Mississippi State. We get him back. He's worked his way back. He struggled academically, and we had to get him back. And he understood, and he did it. As a man, he did it. And he's had a really good start to the year. I guess we've played 9 games, but I'm just happy for him because he's a great kid. Comes from a great family. He's a hard runner. I don't think the last few weeks we've put it on the ground, which is, you know, important. That's been something that he's done in the past. But I'm happy for him. He's put the work in. We've got good running backs, as you can see, and even Justice Hayes, a good player. We just don't have enough carries to give it to everybody.
There seem to be a lot of big plays on offense, fairly big plays, including a bunch 3rd and long. Your thoughts on that?
Well, we're capable of converting because we've got good skill guys. We've got running backs that can catch it and run it. And Nick will go through his progressions. You know, if people take someone away, were we perfect? No. Did we have a good plan? Yes. But we've got good skill guys. We've got good coaches. And we had to change. I mean, if you watch us now, we went and got tight ends. We run the football better than we've ever run it. That's our O-line. That's Luke Meadows. That's Chip Lindsey. That's our coaches. That's John Simon, our running back coach, Coach Wozniak, Coach Williams. I mean, we can run the football. And we're not a real zone read team. I don't know how many times Nick ran out. Now, we were running zone read today, but, you know, I mean, I don't know if he pulled it. I don't think he pulled it. But it's a credit to those guys. You know, it's just we knew we had to run the football and not turn it over. And play off of that, play off of some play action, and knowing that we're good enough. And we've stayed healthy at the skill positions. You know, we're not very deep there. You know, we just, luckily Mike and DJ and Casey have stayed healthy. And that's the key to it. You know, we've got the guys that we count on most, able to play most of the reps. It's a big part of it.